don't know why I'm here. They know.
And we are back. You know, I've had to say that sentence a couple times. Life gives you ups and downs. Sometimes they lob one over the place. Sometimes it's 101 miles down the middle. You never know what life's going to bring you. But we are back and in time, just in the nick of time, for the NFL draft. Now, before I get into the draft, this is my mock draft. This is the only mock draft. Honestly, mock drafts are crazy. I did it a couple days ago so I can make notes on it over time. And honestly, I feel a little bit different about a whole lot of picks. But reading it over, I feel confident. I feel like this is a good draft. I feel like these are what the teams should kind of do. A couple teams could go different ways, and I wouldn't be surprised at all. We're doing no trades at all. We're going 1 through 32 as it is right now. Mom, what's the time?
9:55.
At 9:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on April. Matthew, what's the date?
27.
The 27th of April. So this is the day before the draft. Draft is tomorrow. We'll be at the Wharf in Fort Lauderdale if you want to come see me. Hey, I'm not that famous, but it's okay. We'll get there one day. So just to give you a little insight on the position rankings of this draft, from 1 to 9, I've got edge, DB, O-line, wide receiver, quarterback, running back, linebacker, tight end, and then interior defensive line. We got 7 wide receivers taken, 8 DBs taken, that's safety and corner, and 7 edge rushers. If you want to combine the whole defensive line, I got 9 defensive linemen being drafted, 3 quarterbacks in the first round. The last one may surprise you. It is not Matt Corral, even though, Matt, you're a dog. All right, with the number 1 pick in the NFL mock draft done by the Losis Corner Store and the Prove Me Wrong podcast, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Trayvon Walker, edge out of the University of Georgia. This is kind of a coin flip pick. The GM has reports of liking Trayvon. The owner likes Aiden Hutchinson. Me personally, I would take Hutchinson just because he has the production. Over time, Trayvon's a year 1 starter. Granted, had a great year, but he is only a 1-year starter. Had a lot of one-on-one matchups. They're thinking maybe in 2 years, maybe even in 1 year, maybe even this year, he's one of the best edge rushers in the league. He's got a quick first step. He's big as shit at 6'5", and he's got mad quickness laterally and up the field. And that's how I feel about that. Very controversial pick. I would take Aiden Hutchinson. I know it's my mock draft, but a little bit has to be what the other team thinks or what the actual people selecting the people think. I would take Aiden. Trayvon's still not a bad pick. I've seen Trayvon fall to 6 or 7 in some mock drafts. I think Colin Cowherd had him at 6. But yeah, that's good. Trayvon Walker, congratulations, you're the number 1 pick in the draft. At the 2nd pick, my Detroit Lions have selected Aiden Hutchinson, edge rusher out of Michigan. This is the homecoming, the return, whatever you want to blah, blah, blah. Aiden Hutchinson, you're staying in the great state of Michigan. You're going to be playing in Detroit, one of the most loving fan bases. And yeah, you're a dog, man. You're a prototype. You come in, you're big, you're fast, you've got all the physical traits, you've got all the production over the years, you've never been hurt seriously. You know football like the back of your hand, and I'm really excited. If you fall to 2, which is a big if, I will be very excited to have you on my favorite team. Aiden Hutchinson, welcome to the squad. Prototype player. At number 3, your Houston Texans select Kayvon Thibodeau, edge, Oregon. At this point, Houston needs a whole lot. I'm taking what I feel like is the best player at the most critical need other than the offensive line. I wanted to go offensive line, but I felt like Kayvon's production off the edge is an instant help to Houston and what they're trying to do. They're trying to trade Laramie Tunsil. I don't think it's going to happen. If they do trade him, they're definitely going to go tackle. If they don't trade him, they're definitely going to go edge, in my opinion. But sorry, we're filming outside today, as you know, and Buddy comes with me everywhere. So now there's a dog barking across the pond. Bubba's, it's okay. You know, sometimes we do it. We low budget podcasting YouTube. That's fine with me. We got a dog as the right hand man. That's perfect. All right, Kayvon Thibodeau, powerhouse. Never had a bad game in college. Granted, played against Pac-12 offensive lines. Not quite the offensive lines that you see in the Big 10, Big 12, and SEC, but still, nonetheless, never had a bad game. At the number 4 pick, the New York Jets select Evan Neal, offensive tackle, Alabama. If he can fix some of his balance issues, just because he's so huge of a person, if he can fix some of his balance issues, he can be a top 5 offensive tackle in the league. I think the Jets need a whole lot of stuff, but they got their quarterback. Everybody's confident. Zach Wilson, big arm escapability. I get it, blah, blah, blah. Zach Wilson's awesome. You want to protect the man. I know you got your tackle last year. This year, I will go tackle again, just to fix both sides of that boo-boo offensive line that y'all got. I go Evan Neal, offensive tackle, Alabama. That's, it's a pretty solid pick. Pretty solid pick. Could have gone Icky. Icky's still going to be in New York, trust me. And with the 5th pick, the New York Giants select Iken Ekwonu, offensive tackle, NC State. Icky, you're going to New York, man. You're going to New York. You're not going to the shittiest New York team, but you're going to a pretty shitty New York team. I'm really sorry for you because you're honestly the best run stopper in the whole draft. If you can clean up your pass protection, you're big, you're quick, you're going to be dominant at your position. I love everything about you, but you got to fix the pass rush. Quarterback's way too important to be hit. At number 6, you're good. Your Carolina Panthers select quarterback Malik Willis. Big arm, dual threat, can make any play. Has Carolina ever seen this before? Oh, yeah, Cam Newton, he's still there on the team, back in the day. Yeah. Malik Willis, I'm not going to say he's Cam 2.0 because Cam had his issues. I feel like Malik Willis is more refined than Cam Newton was coming out of college. He's not as big as Cam Newton, but he's got all the traits. He's got the arm. He's got the physicality. He's going to be able to make any throw on the field. He's got the energy. He's got the leadership. I think you sit him maybe 4 weeks, and then you finally take the dog off the leash and let him run, because Malik Willis has the potential to be very special in this league. And I think Carolina, they want to take a quarterback. They told Sam Darnold, hey, we're going to take a quarterback. Why would you take a shitty quarterback that's not going to be as good as Sam Darnold right now? Malik Willis is as good, if not better, than Sam Darnold right now. At number 7, your New York Giants select Kyle Hamilton, safety out of Notre Dame. This guy can cover the entire field, sideline to sideline, lightning speed. Lightning speed. He can do it all. He can cover man. He can cover zone. He can make any play you need him. He's the leader that you need on defense. The safety's the quarterback of the defense, and that's exactly what's popping with Kyle Hamilton. At number 8, the Atlanta Falcons select Garrett Wilson, wide receiver, Ohio State. He's kind of that slot guy that everybody can use right now because he can pretty much run any route. He can do so much after the catch. And, his hands are spectacular. He went to OSU, very good receiver school. He definitely learned a bunch of things that they taught him because he's looking like the best receiver in this class in my eyes, to be honest. You can put him anywhere in the field. I think he shines in the slot. I think that's exactly what Atlanta needs with Marcus Mariota, just somebody quick that he can get the ball to, that can run in open space. At number 9, the Seattle Seahawks, who have been receiving a lot of trade talk for this 9th pick. Like I said, no trades. Do I think it's going to get traded? I think so. If Malik Willis isn't there at 9, I think they're going to trade it. This might be a game-time decision for Seattle. But if it's not and they keep the pick, I got Jermaine Johnson, edge rusher out of Florida State University. He's a great outside pass rush. He can definitely get around big offensive tackles and get to the quarterback. Doesn't really shine when he goes inside. Doesn't have the footwork, has the explosiveness. I feel like with some time he'll definitely get there, and this is not a bad snag for a bad defense. Very bad defense. At number 10, your New York Giants select arguably the best pure football player in this draft. Sauce Gardner, cornerback out of Cincinnati, Big, physical, 6'3", 190 pounds, over 1,000 coverage snaps in college, never allowed a touchdown or a play over 20 yards. This dude is probably the best football player in the draft. At this point, it's just need. Nobody needed him. At 10, the Jets can definitely need him. I don't think he falls in real life. I think somebody in the top 9, probably in the top 6, takes a just fuck it, go get him. You know, best player in the draft. Like, why not? But it's a need thing for me. Nobody else needed him. Could have got him at 4 with good value, but I think the Jets should have gone offensive line at a higher need than corner. So yeah, Sauce Gardner, I'm sorry. You're in the top 10. I'm sorry you're number 10. I still think you're the best football player in this draft. At number 11, the Washington Commanders, no longer the Washington football team, draft Derrick Stingley Jr., cornerback out of Louisiana State University, LSU, go Tigers. 5% of DBs play to make a play. 95% play not to get beat. Derrick Stingley Jr. is a part of that 5% that gives me chills. He goes out there every single day to make plays. That's what he does. And at 11, it's great value. He can guard your team's best receiver from any side of the field, any position. Nickel, doesn't matter. He can do it all, and he's going to make big plays. At number 12, I got the Minnesota Vikings. Selected Jordan Davis, interior defensive line out of the University of Georgia, at 6'6", 341 pounds, running a 4.78 40-yard dash with a 32-inch vertical. He is a mammoth of a human who can absolutely slaughter interior offensive linemen and get to the quarterback pretty much at will. Young, doesn't have the experience, but he's got the pedigree, he's got the size, he's got everything else you need. Good kid. And I think he's going to make an impact pretty much right away on that Minnesota defensive line that they're kind of rebuilding. At 13, the Houston Texans select Charles Cross, offensive tackle, Mississippi State. What he lacks in stature, he makes up for in heart and technique. I think Charles Cross at 13 is probably a steal. I don't understand why everybody's saying this draft is so shit. There's a lot of people saying that this draft is shitty. And I'm looking at this paper, I'm looking at all the prospects, and this draft is not shitty. There's a lot of question marks about this draft. A lot of players with question marks. But this draft, on a pure talent standpoint, is a great draft. I think all of these players are well-deserving to be on this list, on anybody's list, and on tomorrow when their names get called. So I think Charles Cross at 13 still seems a little low, but Houston went edge, still going to get their offensive tackle for the future in Charles Cross. I'm going to call him Double C. You know what I'm saying? Charles Cross. Welcome to H-Town. I think you're going to Houston. At 14, the Baltimore Ravens select Devontae Wyatt, interior defensive lineman out of the University of Georgia. He's a traditional 3-down D tackle. He's going to give you every single rep on game day, for sure. He'll be there every single play. He'll never tap his helmet. High motor guy with size and speed that can pretty much get through offensive linemen to the quarterback, to the running back. Love to see it. Love to see it. And that's all 3 of the Georgia. In the top 15, I had 3 Georgia defensive linemen. They're all gone. They might be gone before 14, but I got them at 14. At 15, the Philadelphia Eagles select Jamison Williams, wide receiver from Alabama. I think he's tall, he's speedy, he's a run after the catch god. I think you pair him up with his old college teammate on the other side, Devontae Smith. You give Jalen Hurts some real weapons, and you call the Philadelphia Crimson Tide. That's what I think you should call yourselves. Don't care if Jalen got drafted out of Oklahoma. He will always be an Alabama Crimson Tide in my heart. Even though I hate Alabama, but I love the players that they produce. I'm not going to lie. So, yeah, I got Jamison Williams going to 15, Philadelphia Eagles. Devontae Smith, Jamison Williams, Jalen Hurts. I think that's going to be the best team in that division next year once again. At 16, I got, for the New Orleans Saints, I got Drake London, wide receiver, USC. He's a receiver standing at 6'4", who's over 210 pounds. Big, physical guy who can make the big play down the field. Really give Marcus Mariota that shot. No, did I say Marcus Mariota? I apologize. Give Jamison Williams that guy he could just chuck the ball to down the field with that big arm, and he's going to go make the play over smaller DBs. I love Drake London coming out of USC. I feel like the Saints are going to get good value here at 16. At 17, your Los Angeles Chargers are going to select Trevor Penning, offensive tackle out of Northern Iowa. I think they just keep juicing up that offensive line. You've got a nasty defense. You've got nasty receivers on the outside. Just paid Mike Williams, which is a great contract for that guy. Great guy, great receiver. You got Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen's got his injury history, but when he's not hurt, definitely a top 10 wide receiver in the AFC. And you keep beefing up that offensive line, get Justin Herbert some more time, and I think that the Chargers are going to be a team to mess with next year. You know what I'm saying? Giant man, 6'7", can run block like ain't nobody business. You can teach him a little bit. You get his pass block right, you got yourself a solid O-line. At 18, the Philadelphia Eagles select George Karlaftis, edge out of Purdue. He's an every down edge rusher with big heart and a bigger motor. This guy will go and go and go and go and go and give you 110% every single rep, every single game, every single Sunday. I think the Philadelphia Eagles defensive line is going to get a good one with this guy, and I love this pick for them. At 19, your New Orleans Saints select quarterback Kenny Pickett. He only gets better with time. He got better every single year he stayed in college. I think if they don't start him, if they start Jameis, I'm not going to be mad. You get Kenny Pickett to sit, let him develop, let him learn the offense, and then next year let him roll. Or maybe he wins the quarterback battle. But I do think New Orleans is going to go quarterback this year, especially with so many in this draft that are worthy of a first-round selection. I'll go Kenny Pickett as the second quarterback off the board. With the 20th pick, your Pittsburgh Steelers select Trent McDuffie, cornerback out of Washington. This is an inside-outside corner whose athleticism helps him large in coverage and in the run game. He can get up the field, stop the run. He can play with your team's best receiver and still make pass deflections and make big plays. I love Trent McDuffie. If he would have played against better receivers in the Pac-12, he'd probably be a higher pick. I don't think the talent level matters for him. He was going to be a stud no matter what. But yeah, I think that's the only thing that's his downfall is that the corners selected above him I've seen production from in big time with big time wide receivers. At 21, your New England Patriots select Chris Olave, wide receiver out of Ohio State University. I think that, this guy's a dog. He's a dog. Chris Olave should have came into the NFL last year, decided to stay a year, had a great year, did some big things. He's speedy. He's one of the better route runners in the class. He can make any catch on the entire field. It's hard for corners to keep up with him in and out of cuts. I love Chris Olave, even though I hate Ohio State. I love Chris Olave. I think that the Patriots are finally going to get that receiver that they can hang their hat on and say, this guy's got us. All right, at 22, the Green Bay Packers select Treylon Burks, wide receiver out of Arkansas. Big, strong receiver that can make plays on 50-50 balls. I imagine Aaron Rodgers is going to have a lot more fun throwing the ball down the field this year. Devontae Adams is gone. You replace him with a big guy down the field. You still got Lazard. You can make something shake with Aaron Rodgers. I think this is finally like you're getting him some help. And I think that Aaron Rodgers is going to be appreciative of that. This is a great pickup for Green Bay at 22. At 23, I've got the Arizona Cardinals selecting Kaiir Elam, cornerback, University of Florida. He's a zone corner, not gonna lie, Richard Sherman-esque, I would say, who can shut down his side of the field with ease. Not allowing a touchdown, not allowing a big play. Anything that happens on his side of the field is money in the drawer. Cash. Done. Already done. Received. All right. And at pick 24, I got the Dallas Cowboys. Let them have it. Let them have it. Let them have it. Selecting, sadly, I have the Dallas Cowboys selecting Daxton Hill, safety out of Michigan. My favorite player in the draft. Not the best player in the draft, but my favorite player in the draft. Love me some Daxton Hill. If you want to be on the podcast one day, let me know, big dog. I've been watching you for years. My favorite player for years. Let me know, dog. Super competitor. He can make any play on the field in the right situation. You put him in his zone scheme, he's going to have everything locked down. He's the safety. He's going to be the best quarterback in the defense. He has had his troubles in man coverage in the past, which is why he had his troubles against Ohio State and against big-time schools with big-time receivers, just because Michigan ran a heavy man coverage scheme. But you put him in a zone scheme like Dallas likes to run, he's going to shine instantly. He's going to be an instantaneous leader. He's going to make instantaneous plays. He's going to make instantaneous impact. I love Daxton Hill. At 25, the Buffalo Bills are going to select Andrew Booth Jr., cornerback out of Clemson. Look, they got one need. It's corner. Once that gets cleaned up, you're probably Super Bowl contenders. Get it cleaned up. You get Andrew Booth out of Clemson, you get a true shutdown man-to-man corner. Has missed a couple assignments while in zone, but a true man-to-man, I'm going to look you in the face, and you're not going to do shit with this football. You got him at Andrew Booth. Period. Point blank. And when White comes back, if he stays healthy the whole year, that's going to be a crazy 1-2 punch on the defense. That's going to make wide receivers very, very upset. At pick number 26, I got the Tennessee Titans selecting Johan Johnston, wide receiver, Penn State University. You know, got rid of Julio. Julio, the experiment didn't work. I understand. I get it. Sign it. Did you just hit my camera?
No battery.
Oh, that's fine. I think it should be still recording.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. We're still recording. All right. You get Julio didn't work out. Please sign AJ to an extension. He's one of the best receivers in the league. If you don't, that's a crime. But you know what you do? You get him some help. You get him a brother. You get him a running mate. You get him a shifty outside receiver that can make vertical plays. That's it. You give him his partner in crime. And I think Jahan, however I say that, I apologize, is going to be that guy. I think Tennessee gets great value here. I think next year's draft, Jahan probably gets picked before 26. But in this year's draft, there you go. 26. At 27, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to select Zion Johnson. Zion Johnson, interior offensive line from Boston University. Zone running scheme is his thing. He's going to help Leonard Fournette tenfold immediately. He's going to be able to protect Brady. Maybe not initially, maybe might take a couple games to get him in the groove, but once he's in the groove, he's going to be a solid player. Nobody's ever going to complain about him. He's going to have good production for Tampa Bay. At pick number 28, your Green Bay Packers select Boye Mafe. Yeah, let him have it. Fuck Green Bay. Bruh. Boye Mafe, edge, Minnesota. A lot of people are high on this guy. He's got all of the physical tools to be a great pass rusher in the NFL. He will take time to develop. Does Green Bay have time for him to develop? I don't think so. But he's going to develop nicely, and that's going to be a solid pickup in about 2 years. People are going to see it. Boye Mafe, remember the name. At 29, the Kansas City Chiefs select David Ojabo, edge rusher, Michigan. Talented pass rusher that will only be selected 29 instead of in the top 15 because he tore his Achilles at his pro day. We're looking at some production probably in late November, maybe even late December. But when it does come around, he's going to be an instant quarterback wrecker. He's going to be a game plan wrecker. This guy can come off the edge with the best of them and get to the quarterback with the best of them. Love me some Ojabo. At pick number 30, your Kansas City Chiefs select Skye Moore, wide receiver, Western Michigan. He's got the speed. If you've got the speed and Mahomes is running in circles back there, he can find you. Just get open. And if you've got the speed, you're going to get open. It's a can't-miss pick here. He's probably got the fastest in-game speed of any receiver in this class. I know they ran the 40s, but on tape, this guy looks faster than everybody. And I love it. I love that Kansas City is going to address this need. They went out in free agency, got 2 big physical wide receivers. If they come here and they get a wide receiver that's fast and you can kind of put on the inside, it kind of solves all the problems. There you go. Who? Tyreek who? I'm kidding, Tyreek. I love you. I love you. All right, at 31, the Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah! 31. Super Bowl runner-ups. Cincinnati Bengals. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? I'm happy for y'all. I really, really am. And who are you going with? Kyler Gordon, DB, Washington. He's got a good build, can move around the field, can be used in any zone coverage. You can put him in the nickel, he'll guard the slot. He can guard pretty much anybody. I love what I see on tape. Didn't see enough on tape. Again, Pac-12, not playing against the most talented receivers, but I still liked what I saw on tape. And I like Kyler Gordon going to Cincinnati. Maybe they'll go back with a more improved secondary. And last pick in the first round, my Detroit Lions select Desmond Ritter, quarterback, Cincinnati. This guy is a born winner, a born leader, who has only lost 5 collegiate games, one of them being to the University of Alabama, in the National College Football Playoffs. Desmond Ritter was born to lead an NFL team. He was born to be great. I genuinely believe in him. He's got everything you want out of a quarterback. He played quarterback in Cincinnati. Nobody's going to give him the credit he deserves. He's got everything you want. He's got everything you look for. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. I don't think he should be the 3rd quarterback taken. I think he will be the 3rd quarterback taken. And I think he should go to Detroit so we can have our guy. Thank you guys so much for watching my mock draft and this episode of the Prove Me Wrong podcast on Lois's Corner Store. Thank you to Mark. If you want to give yourself a little shout out on the speaker, you can. Raw DJs. DJ Rob, your favorite DJ's favorite DJ. I love hearing those. We'll be better prepared next time. This was off the cuff, off the whim. Love you guys. I love you too. And I'll see y'all next time. Let's dance out.
You know why I'm here.